Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Faction Frenzy. AI War 2 continues with no nanocost, but we have another rising threat. Let's take a look at what's been happening. Did a little bit of a stuff off screen. We've captured Verandal now. We've got the spider turrets from there. And I decided to build my command station. I may move it over here later and if I feel I need to and hack it. But I want to try to protect it, save the hacking for other stuff, and use the spider turrets to keep stuff from floating through the system. I'm hoping to eventually get at least a few sniper turrets to plink things down from distance, and between the two, prevent them from pathing through at least too easily. So, and then we hit the data center in Laubos. Even though they had some tachyon buildings for detection, I was able to get the cloaked fleet in there, and we're about to use it again, because I want to hit this one. And I'm just basically what I'm doing is I'm delaying the jump to Mark II, which is going to happen, I think, fairly soon anyway. But let's take a look. And by the way, the Dark Spire continue to expand. Here's another one. So in here, we've got their lovely Tachyon Sentinels, but I could fight them. But I think I can probably just escape them. So I'm going to go with that option regardless. I want to get through to that system. And let's see. Okay, they're going to snipe me down. Speed this up a bit. But I'll get the cloak back. Let's see. Yeah, I probably have it back now. Yep. Okay. The cloak has returned, and now they're just going to have to go off and do whatever. I've spawned more threat. And by the way, the threat's going to be a problem. Let's get this continuing to move. And we're going here. We'll take a look at its journey. But the threat's going to continue to escalate, I think. There's another Exo, I think, coming through. They're fighting each other. Because it's been gradually going up and then stalling and then going up and so on and so forth. And I think that's essentially related to a bug. According to the patch, they quashed another bug, a couple more, causing minor factions to generate a threat against the player. But the thing about it is, to get around it or to avoid it, you'd have to start a completely new game. And so we're definitely not going to be doing that. So I'm just going to have to really watch closely where the threat is. And a significant amount of it is actually in here, which is also interesting. Because we haven't actually been coming in here to attack. Notice there's no significant amount anywhere that we can see. And the most by double is right here in Nexon. And this is literally the first time I visited the system. It's not in a place that I expected to pass through, and they've been hanging out here for a while. So I think what's happened is just, like, for example, maybe some of the AI Exos pathing through are creating threat against us. In any case, popping in here, they do have Tachyon Sentinels here, but there's only a couple of them. And so it turns out I can escape those. Over here, let's take a look. Yeah, okay, we did get some loss to our cloaking points. And they've got a Dire to Theta Guardian right up there. So what I want to do is get up here and let's unload. And then knock this out really quickly and then get out. Yeah, now we're going to tick them off, but there we go. And down 20 for our AI progress. Load back up. And we have our cloaking. So let's head down this way. Oh, one of them spotted us. Yeah, we're down to 500. Okay, let's just be safe and regenerate that. There it is. And now we're going to come back home, and we should be able to do that with no problems at all. Okay, so we got 20-some threat in here, 16. Yeah, a bunch more threat now in here. But, I mean, so what, basically. And I want to take a look at the Dark Spire a little bit more, why they are such a problem. Then I'll look at some of the stuff we've explored. So let's take the one here instead. Now, if we maximize our tooltip here, notice near the bottom, we've got some hacking options: provoke Vengeance Strike, download Dark Spire ship design, and render Vengeance Generator vulnerable. It's immune to all damage. You can see right after that, typically. And so that's one of the reasons why the Dark Spire are so hard. It's almost impossible to eradicate them from the galaxy. And I would say in this case, it's going to be absolutely impossible. Render them invulnerable. We have to do that once for each one of these if we want to get rid of it. And then it costs 60 hacking. 2 planets worth of hacking points, and they're expanding. So the way I'm looking at this game right now is it's basically a race. It's going to take us a long time to get to the end. And we're going to have to power ourselves up enough that we can deal with the Dark Spire threat. And this is why a lot of players generally consider like nano cost and Dark Spire to be 1A and 1B. Great that we got rid of the nano cost. They were a massive threat. I feel really fortunate to have survived that. But at the same time, the Dark Spire don't start nearly as strong. They just grow and grow and grow. And especially in a chaos galaxy like this that they're literally going to feed off of, they're just going to keep getting stronger and stronger. And there really isn't any good way for me to do that. Like, I can try to prevent it by not fighting any more of their planets than I have to. But the other AIs are going to. The Marauders are going to. I mean, eventually, probably the macrophage will start doing something. There's just no way for me to really beat them conventionally. The only good option I have is simply to ramp up faster than they do. And I don't know how good of an option that's going to end up being either. Okay, so next up, Murdock. We're getting a little bit iffy on the energy here. Like, I haven't put up all the plasma turrets yet because of energy, so I could at least put some more of those up if we capture this. Obviously, it's more science, but the energy is a key thing. I could go either way on it. I could hack the mass driver, or I could not. I think the deciding point for me on this is basically going to be that this is going to be a high AI progress game. There's going to be no way getting around that. So I'm probably going to have a bunch of extra hacking. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. But I want to grab the mass driver so it doesn't obliterate us too much. And then take over the system. And what do they have? 88 strength. Okay, but what about their guard posts? They've got a concussion. They have 2 unarms. And not a lot else. I mean, they've got some gravity generators, some tractor arrays, etc. They've got some minefields. But there are not a lot of guard posts in here. So I don't think this is actually going to be too difficult. We can come in through here. There's the concussion guard post. It's not far enough to reach us. I should be able to come in here, hack this right away. It'll get blown up, and then we'll rebuild it later. And then just sort of see how we do. It's going to get some shots off on us, but not that many. So let's see how that works out. We'll bring in the cloaked fleet eventually, but right now I just want to bring in everybody else. Boom. All right, get that hack rolling. 17, 2 seconds. So the mass driver won't get off maybe 1 shot. Yep, there we go. Okay. So in this particular case, I don't want to go on pursuit because of the turrets. I want to stay over here away from most of the turrets. But I think I just want to do unload and do a massive, bring it on type of attack. They do have a lot of strength. Some of it's in these, but as long as we stay away from stuff like the turrets, then I think we can probably handle it, especially with the help of our cloaked fleet, which is where? It's coming slowly. Let's get it over there. I did spend some research, just a little bit. I felt like our metal production or our ship production was a little bit low when I'm getting new fleets going, new turrets, etc. So I did upgrade this one more time. Cost me only 1,500. But mostly I want to save it some because I do think I'm going to need to invest in that turret upgrade first. Because I want to upgrade the turret hull when I upgrade the whatchamacallit. Oh, our other fleet's in here. Let's get them out. And of course, that's probably our strongest overall fleet. We are up to about 60 or so strength. Yeah, about 63. But I want to have... Oh, this is still shooting. I thought it would be dead. It's almost dead. No, it's not even. Oh, no, it's disabled. It says, never mind. Okay, so anyway, I want to upgrade the mark level of the turrets is the point before I get to the next mark level of the AI, just to sort of keep up with the arms race. Their attacks will increase, but then our defenses will increase. So we're not doing too hot in terms of our... You know what? I don't like you being all the way over there. Let's move over this way. Let's get all of you... Yeah, you're trying to attack that. Let's take off the attack move and just force you to come. Because I don't want to hit those. So we've eliminated most of their strength. So this is going to work. It's just a little bit time consuming. But thankfully, we don't have a lot else we have to worry about. More Astro trains. And this is even a good system to have for that because some of the trains will route through here. So this is because of that train station. I don't necessarily want to eliminate it because if they route through here, this would be a good place to take them down. 25 strength, 23. We're almost equaling them now. Still got a few ships banging away over here. Come on. Okay, so now that this is almost done, I'm going to throw them on pursuit and slow it down a bit. And let's take a look. Yep, some of them are trying to escape. That's fine. Well, actually, let's put all of them on pursuit. There we go. And then we'll gradually wipe this out. Okay, let's take a look at some of the stuff that we've discovered. So they have a couple of artillery golems. This is not a capturable artillery golem. This is one the AIs actually have. They did use the golemite type for a while, although it's now on to swarmer. So they've got one here. This is a Spire archive. You can see level 6 planet, level 6 planet, level 7 planet. Clearly, one of the AIs has their homeworld over here. So we haven't found one of them yet. We're getting closer. We found this outguard, and we're going to eventually want to take that. The outguard are much more useful now. They're also much harder to hack. So I'm going to want to hack that eventually. I would really like this to grab this system, but the problem is troop accelerator and a Mark 6 system. So I would have to be ready to take that on before I came in here, and I'm not there yet. And let's see. Murdock's about down, so let me just pause that. Okay. Another artillery golem up this way. And we've seen that outguard beacon already, I think. Not going to go out that way either. Not yet. Not a whole lot out here. There's another Dark Spire, but nothing over here really that's that exciting. Up here, the Marauders have taken a couple... Oh, they have a third one. They've taken Calixa now. A bit iffy, but I want to let them handle them. I'm going to help the AI handle them out here up to a point. But I definitely want to kick them out of Corvus. We'll do that momentarily. I'm going to keep them out of Corvus, keep them out of Dietz, keep them out of anywhere nearby us. So we're going to fight them some, but not necessarily all the way. Oh, AI took back Tesla from our Dyson sphere, so I'll want to free that up again. And then over here is the big one that we found. Diffie. Now take a look at this. The Regenerator Golem is one of, if not the rarest golem to spawn. people have played through dozens of games and never run into one once. And they are, well, they are special. They are outstanding. Now, this one would cost 15 AI progress to capture, plus taking the system. And it's even got raiders, and apparition frigates are cloak type of frigates. So that's a couple nice things to have with it. But what it does is it heals, it sacrifices its own health to create replacements for ships that die on the same planet. And that extends the life of your fleet tremendously. So it's excellent both on attack and in defense. And plus it has vampirism. It's got 12,500 DPS. This is at level 1, mind you, Mark 1. We'd want to grind it up. And for every point of damage it does, it heals itself by a point. So if it has 12,500 DPS, that means it has the potential of healing itself for up to that much per second. So it'll be fairly easy to keep alive, especially once it maxes out. Of course, again, we saw with the Hagira arc in the last game, there's only so far that goes. It could be beaten by overwhelming force. But it would require overwhelming force or a ton of our ships dying on the planet, etc., for it to be a problem. Now, the thing is, this is only one of the goodies in this system. We've also got a matter converter. There's a black hole machine, which is neither here nor there. I'd probably leave it be. And also a risk analyzer. Now, capturing the risk analyzers does improve the AI's exo attacks against you, or give you more resources for them. It also would drop the AI progress by 2 an hour. So if we captured just this one, it would lower the effect of the risk analyzers on it. Now, if we dump in here, the good thing is we want to defend the risk analyzer and the matter converter once we captured this. We'd be moving the regenerator golem wherever. It's fairly close to this wormhole, a good distance away from Rhea. So what we'd want to do is capture this, and probably capture this and then defend in that direction. And that's especially true once we see that Hani has its own risk analyzer, which if we come in here and we had control of this, then we could defend against the only other vector towards Alaspin. So by taking these two systems, we would incur 40 for the taking the systems, plus another 15 for the regenerator golem, 55 AI progress. And I don't know what's out here. We would actually flip the risk analyzers from being a +7 every hour to being actually -1. Or +1, rather, excuse me. But still, it'd be saving us 6 AI progress every hour. And so over the course of the game, they would probably almost pay for themselves. However, there are a couple issues with this. I can't just rush out here right away. One is, again, we don't know what this is. We'll probably find out soon when we take over Murdock. We've got a Mark 6 planet. That's one problem. The other is, this is like 8 jumps away from us. And so I looked at the map, and where do I want to head next to get in here? Well, I think what I want is this. Not a hard system to take. Yanaka here. Give us another plasma turret, which I'm not too excited about, but 5 more spiders. It'll give us a good amount of spiders and more minefields, which we've been focusing some on, so that's some good synergy. And then I would be hacking this, because I'm not going to be able to defend it here right in the middle. But then I would place my command station over here, and I wouldn't care if it got captured because I wouldn't be defending anything huge in this system anyway. So this would not be a must-defend system. So I really like that. You can also see over here that Altera is having some problems. We're down to 5. Yeah, there's just a swarm of stuff, and they're crashing through at us. So I'm going to want to jump back there and defend with whatever I can as soon as I get rid of Murdock here. Let's see what's left. We'll have to put up with those for a moment. There we go. Okay, and we got more planets. We're also back up to 90, but let's just see what was revealed. Okay, we did see this down here, up Mark 7. Okay, so taking this means neutering that, and that's painful. We're going to have to wait longer than I would like. Communication node? Well, we don't have to worry about initiating an AI Civil War. We already have one. But another data center. We're not going to be able to get to that before making that jump. But still, that would be very nice. That would further, reduce the price that we're going to pay here. So ramping up as quick as we can to take this, and then we'd want to neuter this, is really going to be important. Another distribution node with an alarm post, but still, distribution nodes are nice. Ah, and there's an Astro train depot. So this is where the shell shockers are trying to make it. And none have gotten there. And there isn't as many en route, which tells me that something else is destroying the Astro trains for us. Because I don't think it's us. Stationed there. Here's another fleet. Yeah, I am extremely unimpressed with you. Let's see, anything else over here? Another artillery golem. Another planet found here. And then there's V-Wings, concussion corvettes, fusion bombers, assault frigates. So that's a maybe on that one. 6 here. So this, it's got to be somewhere over here. Maybe the Alpha, maybe Galley, maybe Seekin. Somewhere in there, there definitely has to be an AI homeworld. And then nothing else up this way, I don't think. Nope. Okay. We have our marching orders. Oh, by the way, the Zenith Trader has been spotted down here too. That's all the stuff you can build, which is very nice, but it has to come to one of my planets before I can do that, and I haven't seen it. Well, as ever in this galaxy, it's good news, bad news. Another instigator spawned in Butler, and we got rid of it. Thankfully. We have done all the other things we wanted to do, really. We purged the Marauders from down in this area. We've captured Yanaka over here. I did purchase the upgrade for our turrets, and we are now up to the Mark II for the AI. We've done a little bit more scouting. I mean, all of that is good. Our metal is tanked. That's mostly because of rebuilding the orbital mass driver and finishing rebuilding the ion cannon. That's now done, so now it's pushing up higher. We'll soon be able to finish our turrets in here, which are not complete. But then we have an issue up here. The Marauders are starting to go a little nuts. We kicked them out of our territory, but I really feel I got to at least make a run through there and clear them out, which is going to cost me even more time. They're probably not strong enough that I need a bunch of fleets. I could probably just send 1 or 2 up there to deal with it, but it's still an issue. I did also see a macrophage when I was in Butler. So that was interesting. They're not doing a lot yet, but they're even starting to do a little bit of something. The Astro trains have been tripping about, but they haven't gotten anywhere yet. And we got a little more scouting done. We can see we've got an Ion Eye down here. Don't know where the homeworld is here. 2 mass drivers in that system, which is all kinds of interesting. And then over here, we found one of the homeworlds. This is actually the homeworld for the adaptive hard AI, which I think they're still on Swarmer. Yeah. So, and they have this thing, a Dark Spire ward, and that basically insulates them against Dark Spire. So, if the Dark Spire get too strong, I may want to just try to kill this and see if the Dark Spire will knock them out for us. That'll be a potential thing, but they can't do it now. They'll explode when they enter the planet as currently constituted. And not a whole lot else is interesting over here other than a cursed golem and then another data center. Now, one of the interesting things that's happening also is, where'd it go? Yeah. Exo strike force detected due to risk analyzer. That's not us. We have not taken a risk analyzer yet, so somebody has. I'm going to guess Marauders, and that's like somewhere over here or whatever. But, yeah, so they've been sending exos after that. And we've only found 5 of them. So there's 2 more risk analyzers out there that we don't even know where they are yet. It's getting complicated. And I've got some decisions to make. Got to wipe out the Marauders. Do I try to push through to Diffie and Honey over here? That's going to be huge getting that regen golem. Do I go off to somewhere else? Overall, there we are. We are halfway through the planet, the systems in the galaxy now, scouting-wise. Still got all of this back here to do and over half of the ring. And yeah, I mean, this could still go any other way. I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen. We'll move the story along a little more one way or the other coming up next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.